today for the Bitcoin price. And honestly, what the heck is happening to Bitcoin? I just had a few hour ride through the mountains without internet. I came here, I opened the charts and I'm like, what the heck? I mean, let me quickly go. I posted on Twitter just like a few seconds ago. I have no words for this. Bitcoin had an amazing breakout, right? We went higher, even formed this bull flag. You can see it better on the hourly candles. And then just out of nothing, boom, back down again. And the question is, when is this finally going to end? When is Bitcoin finally going to go towards the moon mission we are all waiting for? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what is happening for Bitcoin right now. And I myself a little bit disappointed because yesterday we had the Fed news, we had the price breaking out, we had volume behind, everything looked good, and once again, back down. Not only below the first resistance, also below the second resistance. And of course, we have to ask ourselves, what the heck is going on here? Well, we can see that the Bitcoin price broke out from this falling wedge, and the price target was actually all the way up here at 42,400. And yes, I can say I was wrong in this moment, because at this, if you had asked me just like 20 hours ago, I would have said yes. Now, for the short term, I'm more bullish than bearish. I was wrong about that. And the reason for that is that Bitcoin is just fooling us, really, like giving us here like all the perfect signals. We have new spec events, we have a breakout, we have the breakout from this pattern. Nice confirmation, break above the previous rejection point. We have even the volume coming in. You can see it right there, right? Here, I mean, the first volume candle, the downwards volume candle is even crazier, of course. And now the question is, what is happening here? Well, first of all, nothing is going to happen until Bitcoin is not breaking back above this new resistance. We are below this support. We are below this support, turning them right now into resistance. And yes, this is not looking the best. If I am going over to this one here, because everyone is probably asking, yeah, well, what does it mean for Bitcoin? What is now the worst case scenario? What is the best case scenario? What can we expect for Bitcoin? Well, let me quickly go back and see which chart I can best pull out for this one here. That is the best one. And what you can see is my worst case scenario is actually among these areas. I mean, I'm still not expecting Bitcoin to go to these areas, but as I always said, my worst case scenario is and will always remain to be 28.6, 29, let's say, call it 29,000 to 32,000 US dollars for Bitcoin, as this is also the previous bottom we had right here, where I also said this is my worst case scenario. And of course, very, very similar price pattern behavior here in the last cycle, where we were, let me quickly go back here, also floating around with the triple bottom, just like this time here, potentially between 2017 and 2020, the year 2020, over 3 years. So the question is the same thing here happening once again this time? Who knows? There's, however, one hope, one good news on the horizon I want to show you. Let me go here into it. And there is no Crypto episode without at least some positivity here, right? So let's go over here and let's find the SPX, right? Where is it? DXY, perfect. So here, this is the US dollar index, right? The US dollar index, let me go over to the weekly. The US dollar index is showing some very, very interesting signs, because what you can see here is how strong is the US dollar compared to other currencies, right? And what you can see, whenever the US dollar is getting stronger, so this chart going up means the US dollar is getting stronger. This is when Bitcoin declines. This is 2014, 2015. It's the bear market for Bitcoin. Whenever we are hitting the top, that's the beginning of a big run. The US dollar weakens and Bitcoin goes up. Same thing here. US dollar going up, Bitcoin down. US dollar going down, Bitcoin up. US dollar going up, Bitcoin down. You can see here right now the US dollar is actually breaking the top, right? I mean, the US dollar is going higher and higher, but there is only that much time it can go higher. So if we are going now, wait a second, and compare it with the new price scale, with the Bitcoin chart, then you can see something very interesting unfolding. The orange line here is the Bitcoin chart, right? Let me quickly close this. So what you can see is every time the US dollar goes up, Bitcoin actually stays flat or goes down. Whenever we are hitting the top on the US dollar, so approximately a value of 103 to 104 on the DXY, the US dollar index, that is the beginning Bitcoin starts to pump. You can see the same thing here, US dollar strengthening, Bitcoin weakening. US dollar weakening, Bitcoin strengthening. And right now, of course, the US dollar was strengthening while the Bitcoin price was weakening. The question is, now that we are hitting this magical level here once again on the DXY, is this the moment for Bitcoin to shine? Well, maybe, of course, time will tell. We have to wait and give it a little bit of time. I was on the verge yesterday, on the verge, today to open a trade. I came home and I'm actually happy that I didn't, because Bitcoin just wrecked everything here. Just as like the stock market got wrecked and everything. It really seems like the Fed is kind of losing control right now, or maybe not. Who knows? Let me know what you think about that, guys. And yes, I know it is an annoying situation. What we can do is hold our Bitcoin, wait until the next trading opportunity comes. This is not it yet. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Always honest here. Really appreciate every single one of you watching until the very end, smashing up the like button to a new all-time high. And we are going to see each other very soon at the next one of MM Crypto. And as always, guys, bye-bye.